Alright, so first of all, sorry because I'm driving and it might be noisy and whatnot. But, so I'm going to explain my DMT journey that I took last night. So I've been researching DMT for years, maybe 8-9 years, right? Been watching a lot of people's videos and I like to watch the testimonials from real people that actually, just did it, and then they speak about it and whatnot. So I've never done any hallucinogens ever. I've never done acid, never done shrooms, never done ecstasy. That stuff scares me. I don't want to be freaking out for 8 hours. Who would want to do that? So, but DMT is different, everybody has a similar type experience, and when you're in it, your brain's not like melting, reality. It's you're just in a totally different dimension or a different place, So that's why I was intrigued by it, and meeting God and maybe seeing some people that have passed away. And it lasted 15 minutes, that's awesome. So, okay, yeah, I want to try that. And then seeing how much it affects people, how they almost come to tears when they talk about it, I had to see that, even though it scared me. I just did it yesterday, right? So, being that I've never done anything like that, it freaked me out. So, I took a hit, held it in, and it's harsh, it's not the easiest thing to inhale, but I did, and I blew it out, and I knew I should have took another hit, but reality started changing on me real quick, and so I didn't take another hit right then. So I had some music, some like DMT music playing in some earphones. And I set my timer on my phone just to see how long I would be gone. So I shut my eyes and then the geometrical things that was happening going through this tunnel like thing it's so hard to explain. But it was so fucking familiar. Like, I had been there before. That's my real home. I knew that instantly that I exist there in another form, or it's hard to explain. And then I felt my friend Gary, who passed away, and Gary would have been into the stuff, like he would have been the guy that had done DMT. It's hard to explain. I was hoping my homeboy Trip would come through, because man, I miss him so much. And I remember when I felt Gary, I didn't see him, but when I felt him with me there, I was happy to see him, because I love Gary. Gary was a fucking special guy. I always had the biggest smile in his face, and the best smile ever, and a nice laugh. He was always in a good mood. I miss Gary. But I remember thinking, oh man, I want to see Trip. And it kind of ruined it a little bit. It's weird, because like this tunnel you go in, and then the geometrical shapes, they kept coming in on me, and then once they got it's hard to explain. Once it got in on me, I wasn't breathing. It feels like you're not breathing, but you're breathing. I don't know, man. It's the hardest thing to explain. Radar detector. Sorry. It's so amazingly hard, because there's no words. And then I could see that there was these. There was like these. I don't know what they are. They're like a being or an angel. I don't know what they are, something like that. But they were around, and then when I felt like I felt like I wasn't breathing, I kind of snapped myself out of it. Basically, I took because it felt so familiar that I said out loud, like, okay, because I started to freak out, and then I heard myself say that, and then I took my earphones out, and I opened my eyes, and there was a shocker. Oh my God. I opened my eyes and I could see everything in my room, but it was so fucking crystal clear, high definition. I mean, the way more, it's hard to explain, but I mean, it's the most vivid color, depth. Everything looked like glass fluid, basically, and it was kind of shimmering like this, and like in 3D. It's hard to explain again. And then I was looking at my hands, and your hands look, oh my God, how do I explain this? My hands looked more biological, like more fucking, this piece of shit. Hold on, unplug this motherfucker. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, so my hands looked more, it's hard to explain, but more organic and more human fucking than maybe your consciousness, spirit. That I think you kind of go into being your essence, your you know, the voice that's inside your head, the part of you that can hear without any sound, the part of you that can see without opening your eyes, you know, because you can see your past, see your future, the part of you that is able to manifest your life and whatever, you know, that thing, that person inside your head that talks to you is your consciousness, right? Your spirit. And I think when you're doing DMT that you become, you shed your humanity. Your humanity doesn't exist, and all you're left with is your memories, and because your memories are stored in your soul, not in your brain. You know, that's why the Egyptians didn't keep the brain, because they knew already, and they did DMT. That's why they dressed the way they did, because that's looks like DMT land, their headdresses and stuff. Yeah, that's another story. But being that you're really, when you're on DMT, you're detached from your humanity, basically. And when I looked at the flesh, and it was so. There's no words, man. I mean, and I've heard other people say that there's no words that have been invented for me to explain to you, and that's fucking real shit. I mean, that's real talk right there. Know that. It's not a drug. This DMT is not a drug. I mean, I'm doing it when I get home again. Know that, because I did take another hit while I was into it, but 18 minutes had passed, and I don't remember really being in it that long, and I think I messed it up, being freaked out and all that. So I'm doing it again. I'm taking 3 big ass hits, and I'm going. I want to go all the way. You know what I mean? I want to blast off, and you're not going to know what I'm talking about until you try it. And I'm not recommending anybody try it. I don't advocate any kind of, you know, doing bad shit, or I mean, whatever. I'm just saying that it is a amazing, absolutely amazing thing that you can experience, and I there's nothing bad that happened to me. It only opens my mind, and I feel differently about the world and everybody in it. You know, it's hard to explain, man. It's really hard to explain. But I mean, I'll make another video after I do it, you know, when I get off of work. It's pretty awesome. Just that feeling of being home, not home or whatever. Like, I've been there before. I know this, you know. It's hard to explain. You got to see it. You know, if there's a way that I can show you pictures of kind of what happens, you know, I'll do that. But I mean, it's definitely do research on it, and you might like it. You might love it. that does it. Benefits in one way, shape, or another. So know that. Alright, so until my next video, this is my confession of my first